Cool.
we are sitting in the aftermath of UFC 278, and there were some high moments, some low moments, some in between moments. You had a fight with Sean Woodson. It ended in a split draw.
hmm
You had a few days to let it settle. What is your take on the split draw, on the decision, on the result?
Yeah, it was definitely a roller coaster of a fight. A lot of ups and downs, and just bittersweet because I had to finish a few times, and I didn't really capitalize on that. And now, just looking back, I wish that I would have, finished the fight, had that killer instinct.
Is that what you look at mostly, or are you frustrated with the judging as well?
I mean, the judging's whatever. I think I dominated the whole fight, so maybe, but I mean, it is what it is. That's why you don't let it go to the judges. And just another reason why I'm just kind of just you know mad. I could have had two checks instead of
Mhm.
one. And
Yeah,
but besides that, I thought I did. I thought I did good. I thought I improved from my last performance, like my last few fights, and there's a lot of good to take away from the fight too. So either way, like uh, just be better next time.
there is a lot, man. There is a lot to good to take away from your performance, man. You did hell of a job. I mean, you went in there as the underdog and dominated. The first round was incredible. Besides the point deduction, a lot of people scored that round 10-8, man. How did you feel about that round, the
Yeah,
first one?
yeah, I think so. I had him hurt a few times. Dropped him twice, and then dropped him again with a leg kick 3 times. Definitely a 10-8, I think so. Besides, the foul, which was unintentional and like just heat of the moment thing. It wasn't even like I didn't really mean to knee him. It was kind of more like I wanted to just kind of like thrust him just because he was getting up, and I just kind of wanted to tumble him back down. But I don't know, like my thigh came up a little bit, like I was excited, so my thigh twitched into him, and but it wasn't like I wasn't really trying to actually take his head off or anything. And yeah, so
So
that hurt.
so
What's that?
your intention was to kind of throw your hips into him to keep him down
Yeah,
on the
just
ground.
keep him down. Yeah, tumble him down. But he kind of just he came up faster than I thought, and like I just wanted to like like just crash him with like my thigh and my hips. But it looked like I threw the knee, but it was more like of a hip thrust kind of to get him back down. And just looking
Did
back,
you
like I
did
should have
you
just threw like an uppercut or another just 1-2 or something, and it would have been over. So
Did you talk to the ref about that? Did you talk to the ref and say like this was my intention, or was that not even in your mind during the fight?
not at the moment because I thought I was good, and then I celebrated,
Mhm.
and then I found out it was a illegal knee. And so I believed it right away. I was like, "Oh, what an illegal lead!" And then I didn't know what to say. Like I just didn't realize it. And yeah, it was just a lot of emotions going on at the time. So I was just like, "Okay, let's not get disqualified here." And ups to Woodson too. Like he's a real G for continuing to fight.
Yeah,
Like he could have just or just backed out, said he was done, and I would have lost. So he kept wanting to fight. So I mean, that was tight on his end.
yeah, for sure, man. Woodson, yeah,
But
he's
then
one of
again,
those
I don't
guys,
think
right?
I mean,
Mm.
it wasn't even really a hard knee. Like it was just like a little like thrust. Like I just threw my thigh into him. Like it was nothing like serious where I was like trying to put him out.
I want to go back to the knockdowns, man. Stay a little bit more positive, right? The left
Yeah.
check hook. It was beautiful, man. It was
Yep.
beautiful. I think you knocked him down twice with that same punch. Is that something you saw in preparation? You saw something in the tape against Woodson?
A little bit. I mean, I've always been just good at catching people with the check hooks. It's like been a thing of mine my whole career. Because I'm so long and I'm just like good at sneaking it in.
Mhm.
But yeah, that one was like super clean. Like I felt it like the perfect punch. So you could land on like on a nice pad, like just slapped him, just popped him, and like I hit him so hard that like I stumbled, like because I checked hook him and then I lost my balance and like just from like the impact of me like landing it so clean, like I stumbled like 10 feet, and like before I could get my feet back underneath me and like kind of like get ready to go back, he was already getting up. So that's why like the first time I kind of I was like, oh, well, it's too late. I'm too far from him. So I kind of just like invited him back into the center of the cage, like kind of just trying to get the fight hyped up. So
Yeah,
like that's
and
why
a
you
lot
didn't
of
see
people,
me jump on it right away, and which I could have too. I
yeah,
should have, and I could have put him away right away, but I just felt like I was too far away, and then in the moment I was like, oh, I'll get back here and then I'll do it again, and then I did it again, and then that knee.
that explains a lot then, man. That explains what you did in the second knockdown, and then explains why you didn't pounce in the first knockdown. Because a lot of people will say like, why didn't he pounce? Why didn't he go in? Why didn't he just rush in and go for ground and pound? Right? A lot of criticism out there.
Yeah, yeah, that jab was stiff. He went like his hands like he went a little stiff on his way down. So maybe I thought they were gonna stop it right away, so they didn't. And then I thought he was gonna be a little bit slower to get back up. And again, he got up like pretty fast. So
Your cornermen were yelling at you, man. Could you even hear them? Because the crowd noise was pretty crazy.
yeah, I could hear them, and they were really upset at the moment. You know, they knew I should have just went in, just 1-2 punches, and it would have been over. But just in the heat of the fight, sometimes like you're a dog out there, like you don't know what the hell's going on. You're like running on like so much like emotion and adrenaline. Like I don't know, that's just how it happened.
The second knockdown, you threw your hands up. What prompted that?
Because I just thought he was done. Uh, he landed, his eyes rolled back were rolling back in the back of his head, and I thought he was done. And the ref didn't seem to really want to step in, and then that's kind of how I had to rush him because he was like starting to get back up.
Fighting a guy so tall, so long, it's unusual, man, to prepare for him. What was the game plan? Give us a
Oh
little taste of like what you wanted to do.
yeah, obviously he has good striking. I've seen his fights, and I was like, wow, that's an exciting matchup. And I just knew I had everybody he's fought before in the past. I just stood in front of him, trying to walk him down and just like running into all his punches. So I knew I had a kick to get in. He has really long arms, so I was gonna have to kick to get in. My legs are longer than his arms, so I was using the kicks like as a jab to get in with like find that range with my kicks, and then finish with and yeah, just counter in lateral movements. Just don't stand in front of them and staying busy.
Yeah, it worked really well, man. It was a great performance. I thought you did really well. I thought Sean did really well as well because he got knocked down and kneed and all that, and still fought for 10 more minutes against you. So it
Yeah, and
was a
he did. Yeah, that was gangster of him for sure.
when you look back at like a fight or training camp, you could reveal things that you can't say ahead of the fight. Like, what about your training camp? Did it go well?
Yeah, for the most part, I had the perfect opponents. I had like 5 guys in the gym that were about like 6'3", 6'4". So I had the perfect guys, 55ers, and yes, so I had the perfect training partners and a lot of heavier guys, and they went in there. They went in there. I had a lot of good days, a lot of bad days, but it was we prepared pretty good for Sean Woodson.
When you first start sparring those types of guys, of course you're gonna have some obstacles, right? Like, where was the turning point where you felt like, okay, now
Mm-hmm.
I'm starting to get comfortable. Now I'm starting to feel the range. Now I'm starting to land shit. When was that?
It was once I started using the side kick. The side kicks were to get in and just like get my training partners off of me. Once I started using kicks and mixing it up, I was more of a problem for my training partners.
Yeah, you and your coaches, you guys prepared really well for that type of opponent. What did your coaches say after the fight about your performance?
Well, at first they were pretty heated about me not finishing it right away, and then afterwards, they said I had the best training camp that they've since I've been at Fight Ready. They said they've seen a lot of improvements, so they were happy with my performance and just bummed out that we didn't get the win and the $50,000 bonus.
Yeah, that's the next topic. Is what bothers me the most, right? Is when fighters fight to a draw, neither of you guys get a win, your win money, right? How does that affect
Yeah,
your
correct.
life? Not getting that paycheck.
I mean, yeah, it's a bummer. You get half the money. It's just motivation for the next one. Like, just not to let that happen again.
Don't you think we should change the pay structure though? Like I think like fighters should be getting paid flat fees. I mean, this show money, win money. You know, I mean, the fight bonuses are good. You know, the performance bonuses and all that stuff. But I don't know. I think you guys should be guaranteed money.
Yeah, I believe that as well. I think we all should be getting paid more. But I mean, it is what it is, right?
So, do you want to fight Sean Woodson again?
I mean, I guess I'm not. I don't really want to. I'd like to just move on, but yeah, down the line, if we see each other again, I mean, yeah, I wouldn't mind it. It was a fun fight. I think we'd both be a little more prepared next time, and it'd be another exciting fight.
Definitely. And many people.
Oh, that choke he had me in.
Yeah.
Did you see that buggy choke he put on me?
Yeah, that's right. Like, how was that? It was tight. It was tighter than people thought.
Yeah, like I about quit.
How close were you?
It was super tight
there for a while.
Yeah, I didn't know what it was. He just caught me in it super quick, and I was trying to post on his neck with my elbow, and I was just trying to like ransack my elbow into his neck, and then just out of nowhere started getting tighter and tighter and tighter. I think I had about like a little quarter inch of space to breathe, and then I started like breathing super heavy, and then I thought I was done. I didn't know, I couldn't see nothing, so I didn't know how much time I had left. Like it was just scary. Like it was a scary moment. And then I think I heard my coaches say 20 seconds, and I heard the bell, and then I was like, all right, I'm gonna like toughen this out. But for a second, like I thought about it.
Was that one of the moments, man? Like one of those like big moments in your career? Like you felt like you overcame something, you know? Because think about it, you almost quit, like, and you didn't.
Yeah, like for sure. Like it was close. It was super close, and like when I got up, I was like, oh my God, that was so close. Like I was super out of breath. Like it took a lot out of me.
Wow. You know, fans, I don't think they realized that, because when we were watching the fight, he sat there for like a long time, and you just kind of sat confidently. You gave that thumbs up, I believe, like it's all good.
Yeah.
And then the bell rang.
Towards the end, I think once I heard the 10 seconds, I was like, all right, I think he let loose a little bit towards the end. But like in the middle of that, like a minute and a half that he had me in there, like there was a point where I thought about it. Like,
and most people would have probably just quit, to be honest with you. We've seen it many, many times. What is next for you, man? Are you back in the gym already? You know, do you have any like date or a certain card that you want to get on? Any opponents in mind?
That was the last fight on my contract, so we're gonna see about trying to get re-signed here soon, and then I'll get back to work. Usually I take some time off, but I'm gonna just stay consistent with like my cardio and like lifting and stuff, and hopefully get booked soon for the end of the year or early next year.
Do you think like a short notice fight could be possible?
That could be possible. Yeah, I mean I'm not too banged up, so yeah, that could be possible as well.
And you mentioned that was the last fight on your contract. We just seen Shane Burgos, you know, fight out his last fight on his contract and then get signed to the PFL. That was a shock to me, because I actually know Shane. I've interviewed him many, many times, and that surprised me because, you know, I thought he was a UFC guy through and through. But free agency, man, is that an exciting thing for you, or is it like a daunting, like it's a deep, dark hole?
I like the UFC. Hopefully I get re-signed, put on more exciting fights. I'm way more comfortable now. These past my first four fights, like I've leveled up every fight, and I think I'm ready to compete at this level now. Like I feel like I belong here.
Definitely, man. You've had some good performances, man, and you have a great skill set. And Sean Woodson is a great opponent, man. You guys fought tooth and nail for that fight.
Yep.
All the best, man, in getting re-signed. I think they'll re-sign you, man. It's You're one of the exciting guys coming up. Your striking is crazy. Yeah, I hope to see you before the year ends, man. There's a bunch of cars that you could probably hop on in like November, December.
Yes. Yeah, I'm gonna get back to work, and you know, I'll be better next time.